All right, Rocky and Alex, Tam here from Zephyr Equity Group. We have people have questions. We got some answers for you, and I'm really, really excited about our topics
Hmm.
today. So, Rocky, let's rock and roll. Let's go.
All right, let's get to the first question. Now, a lot of our viewers are still asking how to invest
Right.
in multifamily, right? So, how do we actually start? How
Yeah.
do we start
One of the
investing in
best things that people
multifamily?
can do is they take our Calendly link and then book a call, right? Because you have to know, you can't just say, oh, you know what? I have 50,000, I have 100,000, I just want to throw it at something. No, I like to, for me,
Hmm.
if I'm going to go into a partnership with you, and because people who are investing in real estate, it's actually a partnership. What they realize is you have ownership of this property. And if I'm going into a partnership and an ownership with you, you need to know who I am. I need to know who you are, what your goals are, to make sure that the property that we are going to invest in together is the right one for you. It's the right vehicle for you, right? So I think the first thing to do is let's hop on a
Of
call,
course.
let's chat, and let's see what you do, what we do, and how we operate. I want to make sure that we like each other first, you know, because a real estate investment sometimes can last years, right? 3, 5, 7, 10 years,
Hmm.
right? So you have to make sure that, you know who I am and I know who you are, so that you'll have not only are you
Hmm.
comfortable investing with me, but I'll be comfortable taking the money you have to invest in the property, you see? So that's very, very important.
Right.
I'm all about relationships, Rocky.
Of course. Liking each other is
Yeah.
important too. And so once I get on the call with you, what is the
Well, it
minimum
depends.
investment?
Different property, different. And that's one of the big
Hmm.
things is one of the questions that I'll ask is how much would you like to invest? Is it 25,000, 50, 75, 100,000? Then I would know, okay, where is this going to go? What property? And then when we have a property that comes up,
Hmm.
I'll let you know. Yeah, that's usually there's no hard
Hmm.
minimum because every property might be different. If you're talking about a 10 to $15 million property, most of those are running about $100,000 raise. If you're looking at a smaller property, 2
Hmm.
million or below, maybe you'll get into the $50,000 raise.
Hmm. Right. Okay. And how do we start buying the
Well, what happens
properties?
is usually once we get a property under contract, and that's when we will reconnect again. So once I know what your qualifications are, what you're really looking for, is after doing all of that, well, now we're going to say, hey, this property just came up. Is this something that you're interested in? Then we'll invite you on a Zoom call. It's a live Zoom call. We usually record all those calls, so people who missed it will still get wind of to be able to watch the whole thing, right? And be able to see, hey, this is what we have. Are you interested in investing? Here's the returns, here's the location, right? And that's how we end up choosing. You see, if we have multiple properties at that time, you can say, hey, I like property A, I like property B. So
Hmm.
you really should know what we do. That's why that initial phone call is so important because I want you to know what we do.
Hmm.
And also, I would like to know what you do as well to make sure that we can meet the
Right.
standards and have good expectations, right, for each other.
Hmm. Right. Of course. And once I'm invested, how often do I get, a touch base with you? Because a lot of people just invest their money and then that's it. And then, they don't hear from a person for a
Like,
very
what
long
happened to my
time, and that's
money,
something that you
right?
don't want to have,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I 100%
Yeah.
agree.
So how often do I get
I've been on
to
that
talk to
side,
you?
right? Where, I would put my
Hmm.
money and then it's like, huh, I wonder what's happening to it? What kind of returns am I getting? The cool
Right.
thing is we have something called a client portal, an investor portal, where you can actually go in and see the returns that you're getting every quarter or every month, right? And then you get to see
Mhm.
okay, approximately what's the percentage of return that you've been getting? And then we'll let you know usually, okay, when are we going to refinance, right? We usually have a call with our
Mhm.
investors or a meetup, a touch base at least once a quarter. On top of that, you'll get newsletters
Mhm.
from us at least every 4 to 8 weeks to tell you about how's the
Mhm.
occupancy going, how's the renovations going, right? Either it could come in a newsletter or like a recording. We like to have that relationship. And then on top of that, you can just shoot me a text. Shoot me a text anytime. Be like, hey, Alex,
Yeah.
what's happening
Anytime.
to unit 124? I heard there's a smelly cat, in there that,
Oh my.
right? So as much as you want to be involved, we'll answer those questions. And, that way you get to know
Mhm.
how the investment is actually doing. Oh, I'm really open to that. I actually love that because
Mhm.
people who are interested, that means they're really
Right.
invested as well. And they want to be, an active investor in the long run.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of course. And the last question that I have for you, Alex, is I really, really want to invest, but I don't have the money yet, right? What are your tips or tricks that you can share with our viewers on how they can invest to multifamily if they don't have that
Oh,
much
that's a great
funds
question. We get
available?
that all the time. And although they might
Mm-hmm.
not have liquid money where it's in the bank, right? We always ask, well, do you
Mm-hmm.
have prior
Mm-hmm.
401ks that you like to use or IRAs from your retirement fund, right? We know companies that's able to change their 401ks to an IRAs to like a self-directed IRA. Now they can utilize that money to invest in real estate instead of just the stock market, right? Because the stock market, they feel like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people feel like they don't have control over it. It just goes up and down. It's like a roller coaster ride, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas in real estate, well,
Yeah.
our buildings are continuously appreciating. Okay, our rents are going up, right? So I feel for me, it's a lot safer, right? Of course, nothing is 100% proof, but boy, the real estate has been doing really,
Right.
really well the last few years while people are just riding roller coasters in
Mm-hmm.
stocks. And that's how I think they could invest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's multiple ways. We'll have to get on that Zoom call and then
Mm-hmm.
get a little creative sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for sharing all your knowledge with real estate today. And we're gonna go ahead and put a link to our
The Calendly, yeah, credibility book.
credibility book,
Calendly,
right? And the
yeah,
Calendly.
absolutely. So you get to
Yes.
see who we are, schedule a call, and be like, yeah, it seems like
Hmm.
someone I like to talk to, or like, oh, there's no way I want to invest with this
Hmm.
guy. You got to figure it out.
Right. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Alex, and I
You
hope
too,
you enjoy
Rocky.
the
Thank
rest of
you.
the day.